find the product of the roots. So key words here is we need to know, what does it mean by roots? Roots are solutions, x-intercepts, and product means to multiply them. So let's start by identifying what are the possible rational roots. So I'm going to look at the constants, and I'm going to write down all of the factors of 6, 1, 2, 3, and 6. And I'm going to look at the leading coefficient, which is a 1. So positive and negative 1. So I have positive 1, negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 3, and positive and negative 6. So together I have 8 different possible answers to this. Let's start by looking at positive 1. I'm going to write really light because I do not have a pencil with me at home. I'm going to identify the coefficients 1x to the third, 2x squared, and negative 3x, and negative 6. And I'm going to really lightly try positive 1. So I'm going to drop down the first number. It's always going to be 1 regardless. Multiply to get 1. So 1, add down to get 3. Multiply to get 3, add down to get 0. Multiply to get 0. This does not give me a 0. That means 1 doesn't work. Let's try negative 1. So in trying negative 1, I drop down, I multiply to get negative 1, combine to get 1. Multiply to get negative 1, combine to get negative 4. Multiply to get 4, and I get a negative 2. Still doesn't work. Okay, it's starting to get sloppy since I can't go through. I'm just going to cross this out so there's 0 confusion. Let's try 2. Drop down to get 1. Multiply to get 2. Combine to get 4. Multiply to get 8. Combine to get 5. Multiply to get 10. That gives me an answer of 4. That doesn't work. Let's try negative 2. So I've crossed out the spin of possibility. I'm just about to cross out 2's if negative 2 doesn't work. So I dropped on the 1, multiply to get a negative 2, combine to give you 0. Multiply to give you 0, combine to give you negative 3, multiply to give you 6, and now I have an answer. So I know negative 2 is one of the roots. Now I'm going to write down what I have. I have 1, 0, negative 3 equals 0. So no x's, 1x, and 2x's. Well, 0 times anything is still 0. So I have 1x squared minus 3 equals 0. I'm going to solve, and I know I'm going to have 2 answers. I'm going to add 3 to the opposite side. 1x squared equals 3. Dividing by 1 doesn't change anything. X squared equals 3. I get 2 answers. Well, what are the 2 answers? Plus or minus the square root of 3. So here are my 3 answers, and now I need to multiply them. So let's first start by taking 3 times radical 3 times negative radical 3. A positive times a negative is a negative, and 3 times 3 is 9. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is square root of 9. Well, I know the square root of 9 is 3. So multiplying these two quantities gives me a negative 3. Now I'm going to multiply that by the negative 2 that hasn't been used to end up with a positive 6.